Hello, everybody. Pleasant morning. Yes, it is morning. And isn't it a beautiful day to be alive? I trust you all had a good night rest and you've awakened this morning, grateful to God for having given you another day. And so you're very thankful. I want to welcome anybody who is joining for the first time. Welcome to Daily Inspiration with Geely, where you'll be inspired and encouraged, and you can get a good laugh. You might even end up crying, who knows, depending on what resonates with you. So, I just want to deal with some reflections this morning. I want us to reflect on the year that is quickly going into oblivion and maybe something for the ensuing year. I just want to encourage us to get a new mindset. Stop, smell the roses, the things that you normally do not pay any attention to. Give them some attention this time around. Have you ever gone anywhere, somewhere that you've gone to a lot, often enough, and then one day you were just in that general area and you noticed something that you had never seen before, and you can't believe that you had been going to this place several times and you hadn't noticed that particular thing? It could be a building, something that you hadn't noticed before, but it was always there. Yeah, we need to slow down and smell the roses. And I'm encouraging you to do that as of now, going into the new year. And I want you to reflect on what has happened throughout the year. Oh, God has been so good to you. He has spared you. You might have lost a loved one. That was very painful, but you're still here and you're able to help the ones that are still here. You might have lost your job. But it's not all bad all the time, because sometimes you have some creative juices and you don't know it. And because you've lost your job now, you can look around and see what it is that you're good at. Bring out your creative juices. And there are things that you like to do, a skill you might have that you never thought you could turn into a business. And you can now turn to that and do something for yourself, and it might become more fulfilling, more successful than what you were doing, going out every day to a 9 to 5, and an aggravating boss who will drive you crazy, and all of this. Think about it. There are many opportunities. They are endless, and sometimes when something happens to you and it might seem like a disappointing situation, it is God's way of opening a door for you that you never knew was there. So think about it. I want to encourage you to invest in something that will help somebody else. Like, for instance, see if you can maybe teach a child something. Spend some time teaching a child, even to do a little math, brush up on their English, teach them some general knowledge, just something that they would benefit from. You may have a skill, like maybe you can sew. You could invest some time in teaching somebody to even just sew a skirt. You might be able to bake, teach somebody to bake a cake or anything that can be baked. Teach somebody how to cook a particular dish. Teach somebody how to pot roast a chicken. I've shown quite a few persons how to pot roast a chicken. When I tell people that I pot roast a chicken, they look at me like, and I'm saying, I remember one evening I was doing a chicken and my girlfriend came by and she said to me, Angela, what you doing? And I said, I'm roasting a chicken in the pot. And I said, yes. And she said, you can roast chicken in a pot? And I said, yes. And she couldn't stay, so she said, send me a picture of that when it finished. I mean, she wants to look at what it looks like, to see what it looks like. She never thought about how juicy and succulent it was going to be. It was so good, always is. And I sent her a picture of it, and she just couldn't believe, because it was so golden and looked good, and you could see that it was tender. And truthfully, it was very good. I tell you, I don't understand why something keeps tickling my nose. Oh gosh. Yes. So investing in teaching somebody to do something. Also make some time for others. Make some time for others. You know, spend a little time with somebody or call them on the phone. I mean, I talk about this ad nauseum, but it is never too often, because we get so busy doing this and doing that, and we think about calling somebody and we do not get around to doing it, and the next thing you hear, the person isn't here anymore, and you feel so badly and you feel guilty and say, no, I was going to. I remember this very young lady died the other day, and I was talking to a friend because she was in shock, and she said, you know, I saw her and I was going to call to her. You know, I thought I needed to talk to her, but she just, you know, blew her horn and waved to her and went by. And the following morning, the young lady was gone. She was in shock. Let's try to connect with somebody and make a difference. I have a friend, she's 95 years old, and I was thinking about her, and yesterday I was doing something. I don't remember what it is I was doing, but I remembered her, and I just stopped and called, and her granddaughter answered, and I asked for her. I was a little bit apprehensive because I hadn't heard from her since COVID started, and I wondered if she was okay. And I asked for her, and her granddaughter said she's fine. And I said, okay, may I speak with her? She didn't remember who I was, so I decided to send her a picture. And I sent a picture, and she said, oh yes. And her granddaughter said she was so delighted, and she was, you know, saying yes, remembers me and all of that. And I have another girlfriend who had introduced me to her, and I asked her if she remembered, and she remembered, but she doesn't remember what she looks like. So I'm gonna have to have my girlfriend send her a picture as well. But I was so delighted to talk with her. You know, it made me feel really good, because she's all of 95. Can you imagine? Lots of us won't live to see that age. I think it is such a blessing. So connect with somebody, you know, and make a difference, because you never know. So I'm also encouraging you to develop an attitude of gratitude. Yes, develop an attitude of gratitude. There's so many things for us to give God thanks for. God has been so good to us, and we're still here. We have life, and while there's life, there's hope. So let's not complain about the things that happen along the way. Let's just look forward and be positive and give God thanks. Listen, we have clean water to drink and to wash our bodies with. We have the air, clean air that we breathe. Look at it. Some people developed COVID. They can hardly breathe. They're struggling. And I can just imagine that it is a struggle to breathe, because sometimes if you ever come across smoke, you can't breathe properly, and you know how bothersome that is. And that's just a little smoke that you're passing through. It's not lasting, and you cough and you just can't be bothered, you know. So think about those people who can't breathe. I love to hear the birds chirp early in the morning. Those people who are deaf, they can't hear it, you know. I love to hear the dogs barking. And sometimes when I step outside, I see the birds running on the ground. And I always say, these birds that are running on the ground, they wait until the car is almost upon them before they fly. And I'm just saying, God has given them strength in the wings that they can fly up at the last minute and save themselves. These are wonderful things to give God thanks for. So just have an attitude of gratitude and thank God for having kept you through all of what has gone on this year. COVID was a terror and still is. And let me tell you something. Don't think that 2022 is going to be any easier. It isn't going to be. But by God's grace, we can handle it in a better way because of the attitude that we're taking toward what goes on. Just develop a positive attitude, and you'll be able to go through, you know, without being ungrateful and just complaining. Just thank God for all the many blessings that He has given you. Just reflect on how you came through this year and how you're looking forward to next year, and do your best to make it a very great year. Wherever you are, with whomever you are, you can make it good. Just be hospitable to people, be kinder, be more loving, see what you can do for somebody who is in need. Go out of your way sometimes to help somebody, and the person doesn't even have to ask you for help. Just look around and see, because I'm sure that people have helped you. And just be kind. So that's what I want to say to you today, and trust that you'll have a very good day going forward. Remember to like, share, subscribe, hit the notification bell so you'll know when I have uploaded a new video, and leave a comment if you will, and I look forward to seeing you. Have a great day. Thanks. Bye.